Hello and welcome to Greeting Star. I'm so glad you could join me today. I have a Mother's Day card for you, and on the front it says thankful for you, but on the inside I'll say Happy Mother's Day. So you could use this for Mother's Day or for anything you wish. You will need, since this is going to be a shaker card, you will need a piece of acetate to cover the opening. And also for the front panel, I'm using 80-pound Nina Solar White cardstock. And this is a craft by Elizabeth Craft Designs, and it's a beautiful floral die set. And I'm going to be using the smallest, most daintiest flower to cut out 3 of those flowers along the left edge of my front panel. And then I also took some pink cardstock and cut out 3 of these flowers, and so I'm going to do sort of a die inlay here and go ahead and do that all along the edge. Now I'll be using glossy accents by Ranger to adhere this acetate. Sometimes the opening there gets stuck, so I just use a paper clip to clear it out. So I'm just going to go around each one of these openings, these flower openings, and then I'm going to adhere the acetate to it. Now, one of the things that I want you to notice about the flowers is that I went ahead and I did not lay them all exactly the same. You'll notice that I sort of rotated the flower each time I cut it, so that way kind of looks like you've got 3 different flowers even though they're the same one. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but that's just a little detail that kind of adds a little bit more interest to the card. So they're not identical, even though they are identical. So I'm going to adhere, now that I have that acetate adhered to the back of the card, I'm going to adhere these pink ones. And this glossy accents does dry clear, so if any of it happens to seep out when you're adhering it, hopefully it won't be too noticeable. So I do that with each one of these 3 flowers here. And I'm just using this glossy accents to do that. And once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and give it time to dry. I didn't show that in the video, but I would say 30 minutes should do it for the glossy accents. Just check your project and see, and if it's not dry yet, give it a little more time. So now I'm going to use this foam tape that I purchased at Amazon to go around my card so that I can create that window for the shaker card. And also, since I'm going to do that, I went ahead and put it on the rest of the card, and that would pop it up as well on the front panel. So now I'm just creating, I'm cutting this down so it'll fit in the space that I have. This one I have to actually cut in half lengthwise to fit there in that small portion there on the right hand side. And once that's done, I'm going to use some sequins to fill my shaker card. And I believe too that I also cut some small strips to put in between the flowers, so I could put different color sequins in each one. That's an unnecessary step. If you want to do it, you can. You don't have to separate each different flower. It depends on whether or not you want to keep the colors separated. So that's up to you. You can do whichever choice is that you like. So I'm having a hard time with these scissors and this tape here, but I finally got it done. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and adhere that. And once that's done, I would recommend leaving that release tape, that blue release tape on the foam tape until you get all of your sequins in there. So you can see now I've done that. And so for this front side, I used a blade from my Fisker's rotary trimmer. It's the Victorian blade. And I had this watercolor paper pre-prepared, so I just used some Yasumoto watercolors to color the front of it, and also some Tattered Angels walnut gold spray, which you can see on the paper right here. And then also I flicked on some of my, you can see these little dots here, and that's from my Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers. And I'll have the link down in the description, but it was, I believe, violet and light violet that I used, and maybe there was a pink color too. It'll be down in the description for you. So I just cut that strip, and I'm again using the Ranger Glossy Accents to adhere it. And it's longer than my card panel, so I'll go ahead and have to trim that once I adhere that. But I think that just kind of creates a nice little design element on the card and separates that from my sentiment. So this is a pretty clean and simple card. Has a lot of white space, but simple and elegant, I think. Perfect for Mother's Day, or even for, one of your best friends, or so on and so forth. So I am going to use some embossing powder. This is just some cheap embossing powder that I purchased from Joann's. It's a Hampton Art. Came in a set of several different colors in small bottles, and it lasts forever because such a small amount is used. So this is the Thankful for You stamp set that I'm using, and it comes from an American Crafts stamp set that is designed by Heidi Swap. And then when I'm done, I'm thinking, this just needs something else, some little something. So I thought, let's add some gems here to the centers of the flowers, and I was trying to decide which ones to use. Now I can color the clear ones with alcohol markers, or I can use some glitter glue to put on the center. So I thought I would test out some of the different mediums that I have to decide what to do with the flower. Now this is Nouveau Crystal Drops in Gold, and I thought that really accented some of the gold that was on that watercolor. That accent popped a little bit more than the other one, so that's the one I chose. And so thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this card. I hope you'll give it a try yourself. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And please check out my blog at greetingstar.org. And also I have an ebook on making cards, and it's for beginners and also anyone who's interested in making cards, because it shows you examples of how to do several different cards. You can find that on amazon.com/author/greetingstar. Thanks so much, and have a great day.